Many people today think that becoming a Christian is a way of lessening life's problems. Some even think that we're exempt from life's problems, and part of the problem is that pastors talk more about success, divine health, prosperity, and your happiness, and that we are protected. We carry God's protection because of scriptures like Psalm 91. But let's talk about Psalm 23 that says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." What about that psalm? Why did David pray that prayer? Don't get me wrong, because as a Christian, we can cast all of our cares, all of our problems, all of our anxieties on the Lord. Doing so takes the pressure off of us and puts it in His hands, and that gives us peace through the storms of life. Jesus Himself said that we will suffer trials and tribulations in this life and even be severely persecuted for our faith. Many times, without realizing it, we make prayers and petitions before God and even sing certain worship songs asking God to refine us in the fire and to make us holy without any thought of what you're actually asking Him for. Because if you really take time to think about it, the refiner's fire isn't about making you shiny, new, and pure. It's more about the process of walking through the fire and having your faith tested and tried and pressed and even shaken. I mean, I'm at the point in my walk with the Lord and in my faith where I don't want to walk through the fire anymore. But I prefer to be like Christ and conformed to His image. And make no mistake about it, there are many times I have prayed, "Lord, please let this cup pass from me." But in the end, it's His will that I want. So be careful what you're singing about and what you're asking for, and fully know exactly the petition that you're actually making before the Lord. And keep in mind that it's okay to ask the Lord, "Be gentle on your servant," rather than "Break me, Lord." At the end of the day, I think what we all really want is to have peace in the storm, or in the lion's den, or when we arrive at the parting of the Red Sea. I've had many people say to me over the last 3-4 years, "You're so strong. I wish my faith was as strong as yours." Let me tell you, you have absolutely no idea what you're wishing for. Because let me tell you, my life was ugly and disgustingly vile and sinful, filled with rejection, abandonment, abuse, and almost killed by 2 ex-husbands. And although it's never God's will for us to go through those difficult times, that I brought those times upon myself, but I can honestly say that God had to truly break me in order to use me. God had to allow me to have a completely broken spirit. And I know that sounds cruel. That sounds like a cruel God. But now I look at His statutes, His precepts, His laws, His justice, His mercy and grace, and can honestly say I am so grateful that He allowed my spirit to be broken and humbled, because I am not her anymore. Isaiah 66:2 says, "But to this one I will look graciously, to him who is humble and of a broken and wounded spirit, and who reverently and fearfully trembles at my word and honors my commands." This is the believer that I am today. I like her a lot better.